Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So I haven't uploaded in a while because I had to scrap a bunch of video ideas because they weren't going to work out, but I'll make it up to you guys today. I'm going to be comparing changes between the Harry Potter books and movies, and today is the Sorcerer's Stone or Philosopher's Stone if you don't live in the United States. If you want to see a video for some of the other books and movies, leave a like. Alright, here we go. Here are a few rules before we start discussing the changes. Number 1, I'll be talking about 10 changes for each book to movie. 2, each time I decide the movie or book has a better scene, it will receive 1 point. The book or movie with the most points wins. And 3, these changes are in no particular order. With the boring stuff out of the way, we will begin. The giant chess match goes very differently in the movie. In the book, Harry, Ron, and Hermione take the place of the piece they are representing, so when Ron is eliminated, he was hit in the head by the opposing team. But in the movie, he is riding on top of his piece, which is a knight. This sounds pretty cool, but it's actually a pretty dumb change. The reason it's dumb is because the opposing team hits Ron's knight but not him, and he falls off and looks knocked out. This raises the question, why couldn't he have just jumped off when he was about to be hit? Then he wouldn't be injured. This is a point for the book. We all know that iconic scene in the movie when Hagrid says,
"You're a wizard, Harry."
Did you know it was actually different in the book? The line in the book reads, "Harry, you're a wizard." While the book line is original, and the movie could have easily read the line off the page, I do prefer the movie's rearranging of the words. Yet another iconic scene in the movie is when Hermione corrects Ron by saying,
"It's Leviosa, not Leviosa."
In the book, however, Hermione says, "Wingardium Leviosa. Make the guard nice and long." It just sounds a little more odd in my opinion, and the movie version is definitely better. So the movie gets another point. In the book, when Harry meets Professor Quirrell for the first time in the Leaky Cauldron, he is not wearing a turban, as Voldemort was not yet attached to his head. This was changed for the movie, as Quirrell wore his turban in the scene. It's a very minor change, but takes away a little bit of the turban's mystery. Him not wearing it before he arrives at Hogwarts and then wearing it once there makes it even more suspicious. This is the smallest change on the list, but the book definitely got it better. In the book, Professor McGonagall shows Harry a Quidditch trophy with his father's name on it, with the word chaser under it, referring to the position in the sport. In the movie, however, we clearly see the word seeker under James's name. This was likely changed to connect Harry with his dad more as Harry's a seeker, but I just don't see the point of changing that. Nonetheless, another point for the book. One of the more forgotten parts of the second half of the first book is Snape confronting Quirrell in the Forbidden Forest, where Harry drops off his broomstick, lands in a tree, and listens. While the conversation stays mostly the same in the movie, the location of the meeting was changed to the corridor, where Harry overhears while in the invisibility cloak. I actually prefer the movie's change, as the scene in the forest was always a bit unconvincing, that Harry just happened to see Snape running into the forest and followed him. The corridor is a much more convincing place for Harry to stumble upon. Point for the movie. In the book, Harry, Hermione, Neville, and Draco were given a detention in the forest, but in the movie, Ron replaced Neville.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
It might just be me, but I was disappointed.
Disappointed!
This has always been a frustrating change for me, because it was nice seeing the trio split up for a bit, and Neville actually got something important to do. The movie's version is one of my least favorite changes in the series, giving the book the point. The first challenge the trio encountered after the trapdoor was the Devil's Snare. While the snake-like plant was present in the book and movie, the method of defeating it was very different. In the book, it is Harry who suggests lighting a fire, which Hermione does, freeing them all from the slimy vines. In the movie, Hermione says that all you have to do is relax. I looked through the Devil's Snare's wiki page, and I'm not saying that the wiki pages are 100% accurate, but there was no mention of relaxing to free yourself. Plus, that doesn't even make sense. Why would relaxing free you from a plant? Just another example of why the movies aren't canon, but that's a topic for another video. Point for the book. This is a pretty confusing one to cover because Quirrell's death isn't very clear in the book. It turns out he died of terrible burns that Harry gave by touching him. In the movie, Quirrell just turns into a rock and starts crumbling?
Why is that?
I don't know, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Oh well, it's just a movie. Point for the book. Again, we have a scene that's very different from book to movie. In the book, Harry passes out when Quirrell is being burnt by Harry, but is clutching onto him. This made Harry pass out, and then Dumbledore came in and removed Quirrell from Harry, saving his life. Then, the movie does yet another ridiculous change that doesn't make sense at all. After Quirrell's death, Voldemort left his body, and his spirit or something flew through Harry's body. This made him pass out? Somehow?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
This is the final nail in the coffin for the movie's loss. So yeah, the book won.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
In conclusion, I do prefer the book version or the original version of the story, which probably won't come as much of a surprise. The movie did have a few changes, but too many stupid ones. That's it for the video. If you enjoyed it or learned something new, consider leaving a like, especially if you want a video on the Chamber of Secrets changes. In fact, I can make one on every book and movie in the series, but only if you guys want. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.